You're gonna see that quite a few times.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been waiting to point out the put him in the dirt thing you showed me off stream. Everybody in chat, go check out Skip's recent retweet of what happened during that set, because that side B, the put him in the dirt, is absolutely hilarious. But we're gonna see if he can indeed put him 6 feet under and end this bracket run, because we got game number 1 here of Mr. E versus Mezcaul to start off top 8.
Dude, do you see how that started off? They started off with a standoff, right? Old Wild West. Absolutely going in with the whole wanted theme here. And immediately what happened is Mezcaul turned his back for a split second, and Mr. E found that opening, put down a big chunk of damage immediately. And really, this is what's going to come down to, is these two trying to space each other out. That was a great edge guard attempt, but Ridley does have the resources to make it back, as we see Mezcaul finding a way back.
I'm already really liking what Mr. E is trying to do here against Mezcaul as well, because one of the things that Mr. E is best at is ledge trapping. But Mezcaul immediately answered that with an up air at ledge. So after that, he doesn't go off stage, but Mezcaul showing that he also has the ledge traps. His accuracy on these up smashes has been on point all bracket, and that's the reason why we see him right now top 8.
Oh, absolutely, man. And that was just a fantastic up smash. Ridley does have a couple very, very strong moves. Forward smash, obviously very, very strong, but very committal to be throwing that out. Down smash can cover so much room. And that up smash is awkward, right? Because it's kind of like, you know, that little back flip or flip kick animation, but this one starts in the back and goes forward, so it definitely can catch some people off guard. But we do see Mr. E with the dolphin slash starting to even things up here a little bit. As you can see, these two are just trading percentages, trading hits back and forth. This is going to be an absolute show as we move forward here. There we go. Goes for the second side B, but getting spaced out. Mr. E with the forward smash, and that's what we just saw right there, the drop off back there.
It's so good because the way that Ridley approaches the stage, it's very linear. You have only like one decent horizontal angle you can take, and then you pretty much have to go vertical from that point forward. But Mr. E, now recognizing that Mezcaul likes to swing at a disadvantage. We also saw him using that nair as a cross-up answer. You talk about that up smash before. Skip, there is a lot of really good tools. I still think this is still very doable for Mezcaul. He's getting hit quite a bit, but he's got the KO power to do it. And I think he's going to look for a jump back air really soon.
Oh, quite possibly, but there we go, man. That was just so much patience from Mr. E, and that's honestly the bread and butter of Lucina. Patience and punish, and as you can see right there, rolling right through Mezcaul, wanting to pull the trigger to try and get that hit, and actually almost got it going for the up smash, right? Almost caught Lucina rolling in, but let it go a little too early. Mr. E with the punish on the forward smash, closing out that game 1. And this was a good game 1, honestly. Mezcaul, I think, needs to make some adaptations, but Mr. E is definitely shining bright at the moment.
Yeah, that looked really good, especially after that first stock. You talk about how he lost that stock to that up smash on the roll read, but this time Mezcaul just missed spacing it a bit. You saw that initial dash up there to try and maybe punish a 2-frame get up on the neutral get up there, or maybe a jump in if he decides to jump in fair. If you get the trade, that should work in favor of Ridley. So that's a part of what I could think was the logic behind what Mezcaul was looking for there. Either way, though, he was behind the stock, was very committal, and like you said, Lucina, so good at the punish game. She may not have a lot of sauce, she's kind of boring in that aspect, but she does have really good simple tools to get the W.
No, absolutely. I mean, I know we were talking about Inkling being a boring character not too long ago, but a lot of people do feel the same about Lucina. Honestly, I think Lucina does have a lot going on, but there isn't, you know, the flow of sauce that other characters might have. Inkling is still more boring to watch. But as we get into this game 2 here, going to Battlefield, and we had Mezcaul opting to be a little more passive there, throwing out a couple fireballs, and already getting punished for it, 35% on the board.
This is the worst place you ever want to be against Mr. E, man. Right there on the ledge, especially when he has a platform above him so he can kind of hide under it. That is a bit of a problem. But now we're seeing Mezcaul thrive where he does best, advantage state. Every time he gets someone in the air, you usually see a decent amount of pressure. It may not lead to KOs or it may not lead to like guaranteed damage every time at the first stock, but he gets a lot of data on how you like to behave. That time, however, just missing the whiff dolphin slash, and that's going to cost him, almost cost him his first stock.
Ooh, okay, I do like what Mr. E did there. They kind of went out forward, right? Just trying to create some pressure, put a little, you know, get Mezcaul feeling a little bit nervous. And then this opted just to go back to stage, just trying to see what option that Mezcaul was going to be going for. And this is actually, again, another big factor of Lucina's gameplay. Mr. E shines so bright in this area. It's just trying to condition your opponent, see what they're going to do, and just try to get those big punishes on them. That's how you really get your money's worth out of this. And look at this, that just continues to chase Mezcaul down. Mezcaul not in a bad spot, though. Sure, they are at 161. Oh, man, you got a, I don't know, I can't even call that a punish. It's a misspace attempt on Mr. E.
Like, that was so reckless, but it worked because, like, Mezcaul does that quite a bit. We saw that at the start of the game where he used up air through the stage, that time holding down on the up B to get the hitbox through. So even if he takes a spike, at worst, he gets a trade. But because Mr. E didn't pull the trigger quick enough on the downer, he ends up losing out on that trade. Now Mezcaul keeping him stuck, not falling for the shield breaker at ledge because Mezcaul was running up shield quite a bit in that spot. That was really smart for him to just kind of stay away.
And actually, we just saw Mezcaul there going for the forward smash. With that much rage at the ledge, at Lucina at 49%, that would have absolutely killed. So I don't blame them for going for it there because you're already at like 171, right? If you die, right? That's just literally what it comes down to. But you may as well try to get something out of it if you can. But as we get to the second stocks here, Mezcaul again with a nice lead, but Mr. E rallying back.
Yeah, Mr. E just trying to keep that damage going here. Let's see what he can do about keeping a lead potentially. Here we go, getting the read on the neutral getup. And getting scooped up, though. This is going to be pretty bad. Now he's deep off stage. Oh, and going for the trade with the nair. He went for ledge traps the last few times, Skip, but that time deciding to meet him off stage.
Yeah, the drop down nair, definitely a brave option, but not just that, man. It was Mr. E teching off the stage and recovering. And like, it ain't no thing. Like, that's actually huge. Oh, tried to go for the dolphin or dancing blade, and let's go for the down smash in general, man. Almost taking the stock in that process as well. But Mr. E is gonna be able to make it back to stage just fine, but that was terrifying. You got to keep in mind that Ridley has that down angled forward tilt, and that can really mess you up if you're not careful.
Yeah, and once again, Mezcaul just I like his stage control. He goes and stands right about roll distance, so you're fearful of the up smash. And then after that, he makes sure that he's always out of range of shield breakers. So there's nothing that Mr. E can do to back him off from ledge. He always gets a guaranteed ledge trap, which gives him that stock. He does, however, get met once again because that big frame keeps getting caught by that back air.
Yeah, no, and we got Mezcaul really showcasing some of the great abilities of Ridley, right? Being grounded. Yes, Ridley does have some good aerials, right? They're solid, but they get thrown around a little too much. Oh, that's a huge counter. Not gonna be able to take the stock here, all right? Do they have a chance to make it back? No, that's gonna be it, having no jumps. That's insane.
He died at 61 after the hit, man. Like, he took away the resources. You may have multiple jumps, but the swiftness, this entirety of this stock, he saw the jump. There's jump one. Cool. You went for side B. Now you only have one singular jump left, which means you're forced to go low. I get this guaranteed counter that was really quick on reactions from Mr. E. Now, even after you whip for that air dodge, you have no more jump resources because I caught them all at the ledge. Really smart recognition from Mr. E there to get himself another game.
And I think Mr. E, like, we saw that entire game, right? With Mr. E behind pretty much the entire time. What was that?
Say a game, not another game. But
but yeah, no, like Mezcaul was dominating the entire game there, right? And like Mr. E just, you know, stayed competitive, but then at the end, right? This is where being Ridley can be kind of a problem. Your recovery options are somewhat limited. You don't have like an immediate get back to the ledge like Lucina does with Dolphin Slash, right? Mr. E will eventually exploit your weak recoveries. It's just a matter of time. It's just when it gets there.
Yeah, and now here up 2 games, deciding to go to FD, saying I'm gonna try and outplay you neutral, because I think one thing that Mezcaul did enjoy on town was the fact that he was able to beat short hops out of Lucina a bit easier. That's why we're seeing these retreating fares you mentioned before the set, and it's a way to try and get him grounded. Problem now though, Skip, is Mr. E is up 2 games now. So he can afford to go up with you and box a bit more recklessly, get more trades, and that's just led to a lot of free damage, especially with the large frame. That nair's still not going to kill off the side, but at this point, it's almost said and done on this first stock.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the final destination pick either, because of the fact that, like, you kind of just allow Lucina to really dictate the pace and just to control the stage in general. It's just going to be absolutely insane. Like, Mezcaul spent the first minute of that game, got a couple hits, but basically spent it the entire time either off stage or on the ledge, right? You had no platforms you could have retreated to maybe mix up some of the options that Mr. E could throw at you, and you just kind of got caught, watched, rinse, repeat nonstop. Like, that was, I don't know, man, this stage is not looking too good.
You know what? You take it every time because simplicity is key. Almost getting the jab block there. Good job not spot dodging because you would have been obliterated. That would have been a great way to get back in because that forward smash is one of the best answers. That is a reversal on the edge guard and really smart from Mr. E to try and go for the early up B to potentially get a trade, get his jump back. But Mezcaul seeing through it after, it's like, nope, I'm going to fade in. This is, for Mezcaul fans, there's still some hope here. Ridley can kill you at like 50% on one good read at ledge. He has to get him to that percent in the first place, though.
No, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a tough spot to be in, but off the down smash, taking out the stock, up a whole fresh stock here. I mean, of course, Mezcaul going to get their damage, and a nice 26% isn't necessarily something to write home about, but definitely a nice start regardless. But man, you got to go through 2 whole stocks here, and it's going to be a big uphill battle for Mezcaul. That's a good start. The side B goes for the second one, not able to get it. Spot dodging onto the stage.
That was almost the start we needed to see that side B to catch him on the jump. Starting to get a couple fireballs at ledge. He tried to get the big spot dodge read so he could get the KO. That was that right there was like the trump card. He needed that to go off. However, Mezcaul still looking better here, Skiff.
Yeah, no, Mezcaul is looking much better, but I mean, I hope it's not too little, too late. This is starting to get a little tough. Okay, the damage is racking up here. 50% is not a bad spot to be in. But man, Mr. E continuing to space out their attacks super, super well. All right, we do get the side B. Not going to be enough to take the stock. Going out there, trying to create a little bit of pressure. Trying to challenge things. No punish. Tries to get the up smash. Not going to find that either. Is this going to be it?
It could be. The dolphin shot and Mr. E takes it out off stage. If there's one thing that Mr. E is really good at is when the pressure isn't as high, it's easier for him to close out games. He is really good when he has a lead, especially up in the set. Does not let that one get away. That was getting really close to it, but Mr. E was able to clutch it out at the very end, stop this comeback from Mezcaul, and that does end the run. Even after he beat Gluto, Mr. E was also the other one to put Gluto in losers, and he's the one who's going to move forward.
Oh, man, that's just absolutely insane. That's why, like, Mr. E, and not even just Mr. E, like Lucina, but Mr. E as well. Like, you have to be so consistent. You have to be absolutely precise. If you're going to go off stage and try to get an early kill, try to even things up, trying to just get some sort of advantage, you got to make sure you're on point, because we just saw a punish for not being on top of your game there, man. Mr. E's so good at that.